The United Negro College Fund reaches a milestone anniversary this year. As WGN's Taman Bradley shows you, the organization's legacy of inspiring excellence stays with students long after graduation.
Your contributions go to 41 colleges and universities that help students graduate to careers that benefit both you.
You remember the commercials and the iconic tagline.
A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Hi, Lou Rawls here, inviting you to the 10th anniversary of the Parade of Stars, benefiting the United Negro College Fund.
And WGN viewers of a certain age definitely remember the annual telethon.
From Chicago's WGN-TV Channel 9, please welcome Community Relations Director, Mary Dean.
UNCF makes it possible for thousands of students to go to college.
The United Negro College Fund has been helping to send black students to school for 80 years. Since its launch, UNCF has raised more than $5 billion, helping more than 500,000 students earn their degrees.
You know, I only wanted to attend one college, and I didn't care how much it cost. But when I found out how much it cost, I knew that there was a huge deficit in me getting to that goal.
For Jasper Hagan, taking the first steps toward a college degree came with a bit of a learning curve.
First generation college student, so I wasn't privy to too many scholarship opportunities.
Connecting with UNCF early was the beginning of a long relationship.
The support for UNCF started in high school, but it continued on throughout college as well as after graduation.
That relationship led to another lifelong connection to one of Atlanta's most revered campuses.
Morehouse was the best experience of my life. Don't tell my wife that, but yeah.
His wife probably already knows. They met in school. She's a Spelman grad and UNCF recipient herself. Morehouse and Spelman are just two of the 37 historically black colleges and universities that have partnered with UNCF. But students benefiting from the organization's scholarships can be found in classrooms across the country.
People think about United Negro College Fund as only giving money to HBCUs, but that's not true. A child can apply, and if they qualify, they can receive money to go to any college.
Dr. Blondine Davis has been keeping kids on track for decades, a veteran educator in Chicago Public Schools, and now in the suburbs, where she's the CEO of Southland College Prep in Richton Park.
Unlimited potential that our young people have, and unlimited possibilities.
She says every student should have a chance to pursue a future of their dreams without money as an obstacle.
Isn't it a very depressing thing to think of a child that you open their eyes to the future? They see the possibilities. They go to college, they're on campus, they're doing their best to stay, but money becomes an issue.
I was a very driven child. I was highly motivated to do well in academics.
Lamaria Smith is a United Negro College Fund recipient.
I remember when I was in middle school, Googling what are the best public high schools in the state. And so then I got the list of the selective enrollment schools, and I said, okay, I need to take this test, get these grades, and apply here.
That persistence has led her to Jones College Prep, Spelman College, and now it's getting her through law school at Northwestern University.
I knew that the $5,000 scholarship that they gave me would help with some of the extra burdens that people don't really consider when you're a college student outside of tuition.
The support goes far beyond book fees. Lamaria has found mentors in UFCF's leadership and fellow former recipients that have carved out a roadmap for success. It's inspired her to do the same.
I currently work with Northwestern Law Office of Diversity and Inclusion on an HBCU initiative where I travel around the country at different HBCUs and talk to students about their prospects of a legal education and the offerings at Northwestern that would be beneficial for them.
For students like Lamaria and Jasper, UNCF has made all the difference.
Opportunities are limitless if you seek them out.
So I would just say apply. The resources are there. And you know, a lot of times people say, oh, I want to go to this school or go to that school, but they don't have enough money. But the United Negro College Fund literally helps fill the gap for a lot of these students, like myself.
Tamon Bradley, WGN News.
So with us now is Lisa Rollins. She's Regional Director for the United Negro College Fund. Thanks for coming in, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Micah.
As we saw Tamon say, the United Negro College Fund goes way beyond money, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And I smiled when I was watching those stories because the young lady that you saw, Lamaria Smith, had no idea that she would be attending an HBCU, more or less a UNCF school. Actually, when her mom called me, we talked about everything but. But after talking to Lamaria, you heard her say that she Googled the best high schools. She called in while I was talking to her mom, and I asked her, I said, have you thought about Spelman? I think you'd make a great Spelman woman. And she wasn't saying anything, and so I was thinking, oh, she's not listening to me. She was Googling the graduation rate at Spelman.
So she was on it.
She was on it.
Oh,
she was on
goodness.
it. She actually applied the very last day that you could get into Spelman. And she was in.
Yes.
And she has been so very successful. She's now in her last year at Northwestern's law school. But she is so proud to be a Spelman graduate. And she also was a member of Phi Beta Kappa at Spelman, which is one of the few HBCUs that has a Phi Beta Kappa chapter. So yes, I'm smiling. I'm very proud of Lamaria.
Yeah, I'm sure. Your success rate is phenomenal.
It is, it is. And so when we talk about who are some of the most famous people that you know that have gone to HBCUs, starting with our Vice President, Kamala, then Lionel Richie, who went to Tuskegee, and then we can go down the line of people who have attended HBCUs. But I think what's more important, Mike, is people like yourself who supported us over the years. You know, back in 1944, Dr. Frederick Patterson and Mary Milk Bethune formed UNCF.
Yeah, it's amazing. Tell me about your two new initiatives. That are
I know, right? So I'm so excited. So on January 2nd, our bingo ticket, big bright yellow ticket, went on sale to benefit UNCF and 9 other charities in the state of Illinois. It made Black history because it is the first lottery ticket in a state to ever designate UNCF as one of its beneficiaries. And the money is for high school students who finish high school in Illinois. You don't necessarily have to attend school here in Illinois, or you don't necessarily have to attend an HBCU. However, we'll talk more about those when I come back. It's the scholarship program. It's Project Purpose.
But in April, you've got something, a marathon.
Yes, so this is really exciting. On April 25th, 2024, that is the actual day that UNCF will turn 80. We are doing a 24-hour radiothon with the FM Omni channel, which is a streaming radio station which only reaches a few, like about 4.5 million people a month, just a little bitty number. But we're going to have links on their website, on their app, where you can connect with us. We have stars that have committed to come to encourage you, like Ron Isley, Marshall Thompson, Ray Goodman and Brown. So we have a lot of people that are coming. And then we're going to have community people like yourself.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lisa. Thanks for all the great work you do. 80 years, man.
Yes,
you can find more information on the United Negro College Fund scholarships and programs, along with ways to donate, at uncf.org.